working. Let me turn up my microphone just a little bit. Because I have a really low voice and I mumble a lot. Quality should be okay. You know, occasionally there might be a random booming sound because our house is close to a firing range, and whatever they got something big over there. You can hear it from like 5 neighborhoods away. Hopefully I'll be able to do these last, I think it's only 2 story missions before. Well, hopefully I can just do both in one thing and not take up too much time. Water is good. Very good, very nice. Very long loading screen. I should have started this after the loading screen. They better be putting the Forbidden West soundtrack on Spotify. I've tried to avoid watching some of the trailers, but I ended up watching the Forbidden West trailers anyway. It kind of annoys me that there's going to be people playing Forbidden West that haven't played this first. That really annoys me. More than it should. Okay, away we go. To another loading screen. Because I'm not traveling that distance on a mount. The story is looking really good. I'm really excited for better melee combat. Because I really enjoy melee combat. Well, in most games I enjoy melee combat, but it's kind of hard to enjoy melee combat in this. Blech. Come on. There we go. Oh, hello. Oh, I thought those were bandits. What in my way? It's been a while since I played. That's good. Hello, friends. Buddy pals, friend pal, home slice, bread slice, dog. It's basically the same as having regenerating health, but I feel like a good idea for armor would be a regenerating medicine pouch. I would like that. And I feel like that would make sense for a Notaru outfit. realized I was broke on wood. Come on. I made that. The bitter climb. If I run out of wood, I could open one of those like 200 what's it called? Resource like packs. How many do I have? I don't have a lot. Of 10 pages. Things I haven't claimed. Spear modification card.
Won't be hard to sell a chunk like this.
Referring to the blue gleam.
The way to the mountain will be hard. Ferocious machines prowl every step of the climb.
More corrupted?
Not corrupted, but they will not tolerate humans.
So what else is new?
I'm climbing up the wrong spot. The Book of Boba Fett finale was really good. I don't care what anyone says. I do think there were some problems. Like if the series was longer than 7 episodes, I think it would have been better. But what was there was still really good. I just think it needed to be longer than 7 episodes to really get what they show the story they were trying to tell correctly. It should have been longer. There's the boom from the firing range. Don't know if that was audible or not.
Stalkers in the open. Watchers on the other side.
Give me the terrible pest. Stalker. That didn't knock anything off. Come on. How many are right here? I kind of do like to die at this point. Like, this was our over corruption stuff. running. Well, I'm just gonna do this. That was way harder than it should have been, because I forgot how to play this game. I've been playing Borderlands for the first time in a while. I forgot how much I love that game. It's strange to think that Tiny Tina and Aloy share the same voice actor. Two wildly different characters. But also two of my favorite characters in gaming. A smart and compassionate hunter and a tiny arsonist pyromaniac. Turkey. Just disassemble that.
I'll tuck that away.
Clim. I really hope there's the specialty mods in Forbidden West, like there is in this. Like, because I really like the, what's it called, insulated outfit weave. More things like this one. Specialty things, mods.
Do they think they're guarding Gaia?
I doubt they think at all. More like an instinct, gathering them to her grave.
You're my friend now. We're having soft tacos later. He's just sitting there burning to death. He doesn't even know. Never mind. Let's go to the second Ravager. Is that him? That's it.
Come on now.
design of that. What was it called? The Burrower, I think? Which is more like a four-legged watcher. I really like the design of that one. Out of my favorite designs of the machines, I think definitely the snake, the snapping turtle, and the like plesiosaur Loch Ness monster looking one are all up there. I really like the Loch Ness monster one. It's something I noticed in one of the trailers. Slowing it down and looking at the plesiosaur one, it looks like it has a disc on its back, like a tall neck. So I'm wondering if it'll end up being like an underwater tall neck. Alright, up brightness. Yes. There's the climbing spot. Oh, I remember this. Get the frost ready. There's already half of it gone. There we go.
Better than the biggest guard you've got, child.
I don't know how long that was, like a minute? This is only on very hard. I say only. Second highest difficulty.
Snow haze. White as bone. That thought got dark.
Omori soundtrack gives me like Undertale vibes, which is a really good thing. This thing shows up really weird on the map. If the map, there we go, it's like, you just see the lines. It's just a vertical surface instead of a hole.
Sacrifice. It did this. Cracked the inside of the mountain like it was an egg.
Yes, yes. Quickly now. I've prepared the way ahead for you.
So you've been in here before?
To a point. You'll see.
You made a climbing path for me, but left an army of machines for me to deal with?
Since when were machines any obstacle for you? If you could fly, I wouldn't have bothered with the climbing path either.
Don't look down. Don't look down. Damn it.
I didn't get that line in the last playthrough.
This is exactly the kind of place I expected to find you in, Silence.
Thank you. It's one of many workshops I've constructed over the years. For years, I tried to get through this hatch. I drilled, I burned, I blasted. But we both know that you won't have any trouble getting through.
You make it sound like I should apologize.
Not at all. It never occurred to me that the way through would not be with force, but with a key. A key in human form. The failure of imagination was mine, not yours.
Looks like you've spent a lot of time here.
19 years ago, a great explosion destroyed this mountain. Gaia's death, your birth. The echo could be heard as far as the claim. Ash darkened the skies. How they fretted in Meridian as they tried to read this omen. The crater burned for weeks, but when it cooled, I was the first to behold what lay within. Over time, the machines closed ranks to protect it. Useful. Soon, no one dared to come here. Except me.
In her message, Gaia said we could restore her, but
That's something
after
I'm
seeing the
hoping
damage,
I'm hoping
how could that be?
happen in Forbidden West.
She said any effort to
we could sort
repair
of
her must
restore
come
Gaia.
after Hades is destroyed. I concur. Rebuilding the terraforming system now might allow Hades to use it as a weapon. Because of Gaia's sacrifice, it has been forced to search for means that are less convenient.
But do you think it's even possible to restore Gaia?
You know what the Cauldrons are capable of. How they fabricate any technology necessary to create a machine. By the same principle, it should be possible to replicate every technology necessary to repair Gaia. But that would take years. And we're counting the time we have left by the hour.
It's time for me to head in.
Yes. When you find the Master Override, you will gain the power to defeat Hades. Everything depends on you.
I like how he has a Ravager cannon that he tried to use to break through the door.
Genetic identity confirmed. Entry authorized. Greetings, Dr. Sobek. You are cleared to proceed.
This is a lot of just exploring and dialogue.
Logging arrivals. Shan Margot.
Welcome to Frozen Hell. Population 10.
11 counting Gaia.
Don't count your chicken
Mind your
embryos
foot.
before they're incubated, hon. She's still firing up. Be a while before you eat that omelet.
I'm vegan, Travis. You'd think we'd worked in the same secret base long enough for you to notice.
We weren't scheduled to shack up here for another 3 weeks. You realize I just lost 350 kilos of pre-code smut comics in transit.
Wait, actual physical media? Why didn't you have it digitized?
Can't beat the feel of physical media on your fingers. And in here, we ain't gonna be touching a whole lot else. Figured I was gonna pass the time archiving them. What about you?
Me? Work, I guess. My task queue stretches out for like 3 years. There's a lot of sharp edges to round off. After that, I hadn't really thought about it.
Oh, you will. You're what, 30? Reckon you'll be the one turning the lights off at the end. Food for thought, huh, vegan?
This sucks forever.
Nah, not forever. Just the rest of your life.
Not forever, just for the rest of your life. I like that line.
Guess that's my way across.
I also like this line. It's held what? 16 years?
It's, held like this for 19 years, right?
Well,
Don't answer. Glad that's over.
The soundtrack. It's such an interesting sound. The whom, whum, whum, whum. I like it. It's not here. Oh, that's just the floor. Up we go. No, no! I swear I die more in this game to falling off things than actual combat. I don't want to talk about it. That's better.
This must have been where they lived. What's left of it. Once this was all enclosed by rock and metal.
It is very pretty.
Record. I just woke up. I see the numbers, but can't make out the time. I was dreaming of... I was giving a lecture in Q Hall. Maybe it was something more shamanistic. I don't know. An audience of shadowy faces under a blank open sky. I told them the world ended with a bang. A plague of robots. The last humans. We went out, not with a whimper, but a whisper. You know, in caves, ending like we started, huddled around a flickering glow. The heads of state, the Fortune 5s, the leaders and lottery winners and life cults, all of them buried in their little shelters. Some believing they'll live it out some way, somehow, or Elysium, or us here at Gaia Prime, no different. A multitude of tiny societies taking hold, flaring, dying. Some will be beautiful, some horrific, and none of them matter. Short-term civilizations. One last gasp before the long-held breath. Before I wake up, I know the audience is gone. I'm talking to myself, to a quiet planet, a barren sphere. Just Gaia, and her long, long dreaming. I hope she won't be lonely.
That's depressing.
Evacuation happened so fast. No time to think things through. No time for goodbyes. There were lines in the medical ward. I told Tom Paik I'd be with him when he went under. But there was one last shipment of Paradis-Sade zygotes I could get processed if I rushed. I'm still angry at him for forcing me to choose. Angry at myself for... Well, he died alone. And I didn't get the bloody birds of paradise saved either. All the time left in the world now to think. Gaia Prime's locks are sealed. Elysium sealed up, safe and sound. A distance of miles, but it might as well be on the other side of the galaxy. All the betas and gammas and support staff living their lives. If I hadn't been an alpha, if things had gone differently, I could have been there. Instead, I'm spending the rest of my unnatural life in here with people I don't even like. And without the one I would have gladly spent my life with, given the chance. 2 hours since I signed off on the final executables, and I'm already a bitter old man bitching to his focus. There's a thought for future generations.
Something I noticed is, I'm pretty sure the dude he was talking about, Tom Paik, said he was going to take the medical, but didn't. Yeah. I guess that means Charles Ronson changed
I
his
hashed it
mind.
out with them, what the point of Artemis was. I made it clear I wasn't on board for a global zoo. We haven't exactly proved ourselves to be great custodians in the past few thousand years. So the idea of a reconstituted biosphere, well, it's horrifying, isn't it? A complete horror show. We have no right to take a best guess at this stuff. But the alternative? Nothingness. For there to have been all this and then nothing. And with Charles Ronson running the show, I respect him. He's got a passion to him. He's hot-blooded. So I said I'll do it. I'll put my all into this, literally. When the project is done, I'll take the medical option, thank you. Counselor said I might change my mind. I told him that he didn't know me very well then.
He did change
For
his
life's
mind.
sake. I'll do the dirty work. But I want no part of this pathetic, attenuated future on offer. I'm an outdoors man. Never did like the feel of solid-state lighting on my skin. And a wee bit of a claustrophobe, anyway.
So essentially he found love that changed his mind.
Elizabeth's room. I know it. She didn't even get a chance to unpack. These are her journals. Elizabeth's journals. And they're all destroyed?
Scan them. The Focus can rebuild them, but the process is slow. To us, it seems a powerful device, but its engine is tiny and limited.
How slow?
Days, weeks, years.
But probably more
Concern
than
yourself
you
with stopping
get
Hades
once.
and extending the future, and you might live long enough to hear them.
Elizabeth,
Oh,
what is this?
this Sag.
This is Charles Ronson. I'm logging this 6 hours after final deployment of Gaia Prime. This morning, an access port seal malfunctioned. Gaia Prime's port seals were designed to close with a seam of less than 2 millimeters. But this one closed with a 10 millimeter gap. Enough for an energy signature to bleed through. Enough for the swarm to detect this facility. Enough for Gaia to be discovered and destroyed. Enough to end the future we worked so hard to make possible. Unless the hatch servos were manually re-engaged from the outside. I'm now switching to a recording of the event.
Well, I'm not going out there. Not what I signed up for.
Either we send someone out, or all of this was for nothing.
It should be Liz's decision.
So when is she going to get here?
She said 5 minutes. You don't think...
Oh no. Okay, everyone. I've repaired the seal. Gaia?
Seal closure at 1.4 millimeters. Confirmed.
Elizabeth, no. We'll find a way to bring you back in.
It's not gonna happen. The swarm's too close. Really. It's alright. Gaia's complete. She'll take care of things from here on out. That's what she does.
Not like this. There's so much we...
Guys, you know me. I'm no good at endings. At letting things end, so, let's not.
So, happy trails, Liz. And, see you around.
Yeah. Take care of each other, alright?
Liz.
I'm okay with this. I want to go home. Goodbye.
That was the last transmission of Elizabeth Sobek. She gave everything for the hope of life on this planet. And we are all in her debt.
Aloy?
She's gone. Really gone.
You knew she couldn't have survived, Aloy. And her achievements were beyond exceptional.
Beyond exceptional.
While her people bickered, she was the one who took responsibility. The only one who could.
She was better than them.
That's not what I said.
She was. You shouldn't be afraid to admit it.
You think she was better because she was smart, because she designed Zero Dawn, but you missed the point. What made her great was that she was willing to sacrifice herself for others, for everyone who would come later.
No. She couldn't let her creation fail. You're confusing will for sentimentality.
You're wrong. Remember, she knew it wasn't enough for Gaia to think. She taught Gaia to feel. To care, to sacrifice, to believe in life. Enough to fight against hopelessness. If it wasn't for that sentimentality, life would have ended. You and I would never have existed.
Your argument is sound. I'm sorry for your loss.
She said she wanted to go home. Maybe.
After credit scene.
Nothing. It's time to go on.
The best cutscene in the game, in my opinion.
You'd hate it, Liz, but I wrote you a eulogy. I had to try to express all your children. After all Apollo has taught them, they'll think they know everything, but they have to understand what you did for them. How you loved the whole world so much, with an intensity that was dazzling.
Holographic flowers.
And in the end, it killed you. Or you died for it. Different perspectives. No one could keep up with you, live up to you. I don't know, maybe if I hadn't taken that postdoc in Joburg. I'm glad you shot down the Lightkeeper protocol in the end. I don't think I could have taken seeing another one of you.
Ironic.
I mean, Elizabeth Sobek. There's only one. I miss you.
Isn't there data point that someone explains more about the Lightkeeper protocol? I don't know where to find it. I don't think I'm gonna be able to find it. I don't know where it is. Hey. I just know it's explained that they were thinking about cloning themselves to keep the work on Gaia going even after they passed away. But it was shut down in the end.
Look, Liz, you're a pretty stand-up gal. I'm sorry you died. If you had a home to go to, I hope you got there first. But this monument Ronson's made to you? Kinda creepy if you ask me. Rest in peace, Liz. God knows you earned it.
And now the worst of the three.
Hell, Liz. I know you're never gonna hear this. That's not the point. You, you got to play the savior and the martyr all at once this time. Great work.
Hello, Margot. How are you holding up?
Dr. Ronson, I've been getting a lot of messages, unsolicited messages from Ted.
Margot, I'm sorry. With Liz gone, we've got no one to run interference with him. I'll talk to Ted. He mostly wants updates, constant updates, hundreds of updates on things he knows nothing about. Liz used to field all of his crap.
He doesn't understand the systems at all. That was kind of by design. But he's getting pretty sketchy with me.
We just have to keep him happy. Liz always said, keep him happy.
Are you kidding? You ever hear how she talked to him?
She was managing him, Margot.
I mean, maybe I should ignore him. He's buried in his pyramid with the Hola Hola girls and Panta Antimod cuckoos. What can he do?
That line, what can he do?
What are we gonna plug into their heads, Les? A whole lot of history? A whole lot of so-called truth? A whole lot of noise? It's not tablet, Les. It's poison.
There's another section at the back of the crater. Looks like it survived the blast.
Because it was armored, you found the control room.
I'm on my way.
Because the armored bunker, the entirety of the armored bunker wasn't armored except for the control room.
I've been taking a hard look at the project. In the end, it's simple. It's clean. It's clear. Erasure. Addition. By subtraction. I can make it better, Liz. With a single stroke. Make it all go away.
I really don't like the direction this is going.
Continue.
Ted Fair was worse than Hitler.
When I opened the hatch, the air rushed in from this side.
Because there was none inside the chamber.
Because
the
it
Alphas
wasn't
weren't there.
enough for him to
I'm locked
wipe
out of
out
core
all
control.
organic life. He had
Alpha
to do
clearance
this.
overridden. What the hell is Omega clearance?
Oh no.
Alpha personnel. Sorry to alarm you, but I need you to listen, okay? To what I'm about to say. This isn't easy. See, please, stop trying to access the system, okay? See, what this is about is, I said stop trying to access the goddamn system. What I'm trying to say is, I can't stop thinking about the ones who come after us. Those innocents. Those blameless men and women. We're gonna give them knowledge? Like it's a gift?
Ted. We've talked about this before. Apollo has 3,000 plus fail-safe conditions.
It's not a gift, it's a disease. They're the cure, and we're gonna give them the disease. Our disease? No, we can't. And it's not too late. If we're willing to sacrifice.
Ted, it doesn't need to be like this.
It already is, Samina. I did it 3 minutes ago. I've purged Apollo. It's gone. All of it. Every copy.
A sacrifice? It's not a sacrifice, it's cultural obliteration, you crazy bastard! Millennia of culture!
I'm sorry. Really, I am. But sometimes, to protect innocence, innocents have to die.
Emergency alert. Venting atmosphere.
did this man wipe out all organic life, pretty much? This man wiped out history. Art, culture, philosophy, gone.
He killed them all.
So this is why. This is why we were trapped in benighted ignorance for an innocent future.
Because Elon Musk,
men.
Jeff Bezos.
He never saw the slaughter in the Sun Ring. Everything these people achieved, all the knowledge of the old ones, evaporated. Turned to dust.
Reduced to atoms.
Scattered to the void, like the Alphas themselves.
No. Not a void. When the hatch unsealed and scattered their ashes on the wind, it took them out among the world they made. The world we're living in. It's a monument to what they died trying to accomplish.
A monument to oblivion.
Not oblivion, silence. Hope.
I like Aloy's outlook on that.
The Master Override. It's so small.
Now all you have to do is kill Hades with it.
I really need to grab the power node. I already got the armor.
Didn't sound good.
Try not to fall to your death. The Master Override doesn't override gravity.
See, I do like this location. It's very pretty. The thing I don't understand. Where is the light coming from? It's just there.
You're here.
For a moment.
What?
Our journey together has come to an end, Aloy. But before I go...
Are you sure about that? He's in
I think I owe it to you to tell you the rest of the story.
Go on.
Some time ago, I admitted that I'd been involved with the Eclipse. But I never told you the full extent of my culpability. The truth is, I was there at the beginning. I found Hades, Aloy, buried on that mountain, trapped in that shattered titan. And I served it.
What?
It promised knowledge and delivered. Such knowledge, you have no idea.
And in exchange?
I helped create the Eclipse. Helped it build a cult, an army to do its will.
Why are you telling me this now?
Because your success depends on knowing this. When I found Hades, the first thing it wanted to know about was the Spire. Not Meridian. The Spire. Now why would that be?
The Spire was created by Gaia.
Which part of Gaia?
Minerva. Its code-breaking module. Gaia built spires to transmit the codes that deactivated the Pharaoh robots, shut down their biomatter conversion systems. Hades wants to send a new transmission. To wake the machines, so they can devour the world all over again.
Yes. Based on what we've learned, that's my conclusion as well.
So the Eclipse... the robots they've resurrected... they're just a means to an end. An army to capture the Spire.
Yes. So Hades can exterminate life all over again. Unless you stop it.
Like, there's only ever one like, the plot hole I found, and that's that how does Hades actually control what the feral robots do? Which I think could be attributed to Minerva. Because if that's the codes to deactivate them, who's to say that a few thousand years later it didn't just also find codes it could use to control them? So you could say Hades just has the codes to control the feral robots, and that's why they actually, like, listen to Hades. At least that's just how it would work in my head. On how Hades actually controls what the feral robots do. Like, tells them not to exterminate the Eclipse.
I want you to tell me everything. Hades, the Eclipse. Everything.
It's a long story, Aloy.
Then get started.
It began with a focus, recovered from an ancient ruin, as yours was so many years ago. In my case, the device was heavily damaged. There was just a flicker of life in it. I spent weeks studying it, attempting repairs, until finally, I succeeded. A whole new dimension of perception revealed, right before my eyes. That's when I detected it. A faint signal. Out there, something was searching, just like I was.
A real kindred spirit.
I followed the signal to its source. A shattered titan, buried in the jungles of the Jewel.
So you thought it was a Titan? An old war machine?
I didn't know what to think. I'd seen such wreckage before. The Grave Horde, for example. But this was different. This was not quite dead. It couldn't speak when I found it, until my repairs gave it a voice. So began an exchange of knowledge. It wanted to know everything about our world, its tribes and machines. But the Spire was always its foremost concern.
I'm pretty sure the reason Hades was activated is because it's doing what it was supposed to, restart the world if the biosphere started degrading, which in Forbidden West seems like what's starting to happen.
What did it want to know about the Spire?
Its precise location.
Poisonous plants.
The surrounding geography. Who controlled the land. Meanwhile, Hades revealed to me many of the intricacies of ancient technology. It bid me to recover and repair more focuses. Before long, I had a couple dozen up and running.
Enough to equip a small army.
The commanders of one, anyway. I didn't care. I was learning so much. Physics, calculus. You have no idea.
And the Shadow Carja? How did they become involved?
The Carja Civil War was a happy coincidence. A perfect opportunity.
An opportunity? That's what it was to you?
Yes. Overnight, half the tribe was in exile, desperate to win back Holy Meridian. Their religion made them easy to manipulate. All I had to do was present Hades as the buried shadow of their mythology. So yes, it was an opportunity. I arranged for High Priest Bahavas to meet with Hades. Helis was there as well. And so the Eclipse was born. Anything to win back Holy Meridian.
But Hades didn't care about Meridian. And neither did you.
We live in a world of fallen cities and vanished tribes. What were a few more? Besides, I was too busy setting up the cult's focus network to Hades' specifications. A thrilling technical challenge, especially with the alterations I included of my own design.
The ability for you to spy on them.
Yes. I may have been foolish enough to serve Hades, but I was never so foolish that I trusted it. I installed what the ancients used to call a back door in the network. Secret access, empowering me to monitor all activity and communications.
He kind of reminds me of, like, Odin. There's nothing he wouldn't do for knowledge. sacrifice his eye into a well, hang himself from the world tree, all for knowledge.
What made you turn on Hades? It certainly wasn't your conscience.
Actually, I was troubled the first time I saw the Eclipse raise an ancient war robot with my technology. I questioned Hades about its intentions.
A little late.
Indeed. I'd already outlived my usefulness. When I completed work on the Focus Network, Hades summoned me to receive my reward.
Oh, wait till they're done.
The next moment, I heard it broadcast my kill order. I've been a fugitive ever since.
I feel like Regala, the leader of the enemies that are going to be in Forbidden West, might be a sort of Helis character. Made to be the antagonist. They're going to find some way to make us dislike them, and there's another boom. I'm really curious if that's actually audible or not. It sounds like they're firing like a 50 cal or something at the firing range.
So when did I come into this? Our path together?
When Olin stumbled on
design in the trailer is really good.
System threat detected. That got my attention. A kill order against a savage Nora girl? Why would Hades bother with that? But then I saw that this Nora girl was wearing a focus, and bore an uncanny resemblance to a great scientist of the old world. Helis moved quickly. I thought you were dead. But then I detected your focus inside the Nora mountain. The more I observed you, the more convinced I became of your extraordinary nature and usefulness. Through you, I could finally discover the secrets of the Earth.
Knowledge.
I vowed to do everything I could to ensure your success. The rest, as they used to say, is history.
Knowledge.
The things you've done in the pursuit of knowledge, Silence. Pure recklessness.
Aloy, this wasn't a confession to elicit your judgment.
I do think Silence is a good character.
But
he did
I've done all I can. From here on out, the rest is up to you.
Nearly cause a second extinction.
Take my lance. Fit the master override to it, and you have a means of injection.
Then I just need to get close enough to Hades' skull to stab it in?
Exactly.
Oh, no problem. Silence!
Elsewhere?
Where will you go?
And
elsewhere. And everywhere.
I like that line.
There's so much more to discover
elsewhere
before the
and
world
everywhere.
ends.
And all this?
I leave it to you, of course. As it turned out, it was yours all along. I was merely trespassing.
Can I have the Ravager cannon on wheels?
I traveled far to find you. I heard your transmission. It was you, wasn't it? Entity is not known. I'm called Silence, and you are. I don't think you'd have called out if it wasn't something you wanted. You called, I responded. Will you tell me your name? Hades. You are a creation of the ancients. A war machine? Define timeline. Time? Ah. It is the 13th king of the Carja Symptoms reign. Define Carja. We're getting ahead of ourselves. Were you created by the ancients? I wonder how long you waited here, buried, until I chanced upon you. How long you'd have to wait for another. You're obviously very powerful, but you're not going to get anywhere without me. Titan Flame merely houses intellect. Define Carja. Now that's more like it. Preparations are complete.
Ah, Lucent Bahabas. Behold, as I promised you.
What manner of great machine is this? I've never seen such a thing. Stay! Stay your ground, Karja in shadow!
Incorrect. Bow before the buried shadow.
The buried shadow, I don't understand.
Did Araman understand the Glinthawk that perched upon the alight?
It speaks scripture.
Araman followed the shadow cast from the spire.
To the mesa where Holy Meridian was founded.
You will follow the shadow once more.
I am a righteous man, chosen of the sun. But in times of need, the powers of shadow can accomplish what the sun alone cannot. Will you return to us what is ours, O Shadow of Prophecy?
An army is required. Obey, and Meridian is yours.
Of our obedience you can be certain.
Task is complete.
Yes. The Focus network is active, built to your specifications. Check it yourself if you must. I'll wait. But I'll remind you of the reward you've been withholding. Quantum processing.
Data has been compiled. Volume too great for transfer.
How inconvenient for me.
Come before me. You shall receive your reward.
Very well.
Helis. Threat detected inside Eclipse.
Speak its name, O Shadow, and it will die.
You will eliminate this one. Silence.
Silence. Yes. A truth whispered at night is seen in the day. He was never one of us. It will be done.
It sounds like talking to Sidious in Star Wars. It will be done, my lord. Initiate Order 66. It will be done, my lord.
I have to tell Avad that the Eclipse are ready to strike.
Now,
After what
on
happened
to
with Derval, I know he'll defend the city.
the final quest,
But the Spire...
which is going to be a lot of dialogue, because I have all possible allies. And I like listening to their dialogue. Loading. One day.
Prince Itamen is alive and well in Meridian. The Karja Shadow.
Sobek Journal. Sleep. For this last quest, I will use Shield Weaver. I don't like using it in most other places because I feel like it makes things too easy. Sell stuff. So I have stuff to sell. Then again, I don't think I'm going to be coming back to this game once Forbidden West comes out, so I don't really have to worry about inventory stuff.
Move along. You have no
Wait, is one of the...
Don't let your guard down.
what's it? I don't remember what the instrument is called. Did they play in the Hunter's Lodge? It's one of my favorite parts of the soundtrack.
They'll assume sheet you as look at you.
I can't tell what part of the city I'm at when it's nighttime.
I knew they'd catch Dervahl eventually. Let's see him tinker his way out of this.
Let me through.
There are
It's
no
like sitting
shadows.
at a doorway and Skyrim and your follower's in the way. I want to see if they're playing. I want to listen to the song one more time
My duty is to guard.
before the
Everyone
game
needs a
ends.
splash of color in their lives. Come, let's talk it over.
Your Hand in Sun and Shine or something? I don't remember what it's called in the soundtrack. These
Cherished
dudes.
brother,
Crazy
and Sunhawk Talavad Khan Padish.
I haven't come back here since I didn't finish the Hunter's Lodge. Thought I did.
Let their memory and sacrifice be a beacon for all hunters, all people to follow.
Come on, play. I wish there was a spot to sit where you could just watch, like it. The proving.
Padish once again leads the Hunter's Lodge.
Just because he failed to kill the Sun King doesn't mean he's any less guilty. He should pay.
I could check what the song is called on my Spotify, but then it would stop it from playing right here. Because it would pause this, I'm pretty sure. Let me check. Yeah, it would pause that.
Tired of being tired. That's for sure.
Well, talk to Talana, and then I want to check what the song was called on Spotify.
Why did you try to kill the Sun?
Oh, talk to Talana.
I have been accepting trophies all day. How are you? Oh, you know, another day, another parade of machines to defeat. Trade ya. Well, congratulations, Talana. I should get going. Thank you, Aloy. Despite the Nora.
Talana is another character we'll see
May you
in
always take your
Forbidden
prey.
West. Look at that other character that was in the comic. I don't remember his name. Like Shadow Karja, like traitor who was actually helping natives instead of murdering them. Let me check what that song was called. Oh, I can't. It won't let me. While broadcasting, it won't let me open Spotify to check. Was Your Hand in Sun and Shine or something? Your Hand in Sun and Bloom? I don't
Let's
remember.
have a chat. No, a colorful discussion.
It's the robbing the rich quest, I think. I've only done all the quests that give you an ally at Meridian, or just some of the ones I like. Except I did do the Naltuk quest. I think that's what his name was. That was word vomit. Depending on the ending of that quest, I'm pretty sure he'll come to Meridian.
Contact last night.
But I just want to make sure I finish this before Forbidden West comes out.
Aloy, what brings you to Meridian?
A threat. Helis commands a legion of fanatics called the Eclipse. They will attack soon from the west, with an army of ancient war machines. But that's not the worst of it. They'll bring a mind with them. God, demon, machine, whatever you want to call it. It's called Hades. And it doesn't want Meridian at all. It wants the Spire. And if it gets there, it will send out a call, waking more ancient machines, more than we could ever defeat. All will be lost. We can't let that happen.
I'm trying to understand, but my responsibility lies with Meridian.
Meridian isn't the target, Avad. You have to defend the Spire.
Perhaps the Vanguard, Your Radiance.
Yes. Send them to the Spire. Eren knows Aloy. He won't question it.
And have the city guard fortify the western ridge. There they can be seen to protect Meridian and the Elite, where the Spire rests.
Aloy, allow me to apologize for my behavior before. After everything that happened with Ursa, I was confused. If we're to fight together on the brink of life and death, I'd prefer to do so with your forgiveness.
Then you have it.
Water.
As long as you don't confuse me with her again.
Even a king can learn his lesson. Good then. I'm glad that's behind us. Now, it will take time to prepare our defenses. Please, tell me what you know of our enemies. Everything.
I don't know about everything, but I'll tell you what I can.
So you know what I'm gonna do since I realized my medicine pouch is... I think I'm gonna
Quietly
quickly...
does it. Panic in the city will only create another enemy. And do keep me appraised of each new arrival.
I don't think that might not be the best course of action. You should at least tell people to evacuate.
Ah, Aloy. Preparations are underway on the ridge defenses and at the Spire. Word was sent to every corner of the Sundom. Our allies offered their steel. Some came from Meridian, others
probably
the Shards.
Quickly
But
fast travel to
many came for you,
Frozen Wilds
by
to
name.
get the medicine.
For me.
Don't be so humble.
The ridge will be the front line. That's where the city guard are holding?
Yes, bolstered by some of the irregulars I spoke of before. The Oseram cannons that thundered Meridian's walls in the Liberation will now defend us.
Liberation comic was also
You're
pretty
welcome
good.
to tour the defenses.
I should get a physical version.
And the Spire. Erend and the Vanguard are there?
Physical copy.
Indeed. Clashing breastplates together and testing out their battle cries, I suppose. A number of the Nora have also arrived at the Spire. They have resisted the offer of a royal audience. Perhaps you could parley with them.
I will. I suppose all we can do is wait for the attack.
Exactly. It's not a feeling I cherish, but our spotters at Evening Sign report there's still no movement in the west. So,
Another boom.
if there's more you need to do elsewhere, seize this time to do it. Otherwise, I've made the apartment of Olin Delverson available to you. You can sleep there. if sleep comes.
Now, I'm gonna quickly... Wait, what quest is that? Oh, the... Carja Thief. I'm gonna quickly... fast travel here. And go collect some medicine. Now, let's go practice medicine. Oh, don't be such a baby. Ribs grow back. No, they don't. There's probably better places to collect medicine in Frozen Wilds. This is just the only place I can think of. Because there was a bunch in the fight with the 3 Frostclaws.
Everything's freezing. The ground, the air, me.
Sobek journal. I guess that's the one thing Ted Faro did right. It was his idea to have the Master Override. I don't remember this one. I feel like this kind of shows that Sobek liked poetry. So maybe Sobek was the one that wrote what was in the Metal Flowers. Okay, where am I? This way. I cannot see, it is very dark. And my screen is covered in snow. As much as I like the snow, it is hard to see. That is a wall. Wait, it's not what I wanted. It's more not what I want, but I'm gonna disassemble it anyway. Let's turn plants into metal.
Owen.
Where are the plants at? There we go.
Can't
That's
be
what
too
I'm looking
prepared.
for. Okay, I think that's Actually, no, there's a stone door on the other side of this rock. That is not medicine. And one more ought to do it. And then we can get to all the main quest dialogue. I'm pretty sure I got all of the allies. Did all the bandit camps. So Nil should be there. Warden Geneva should be there. I think Naman will be at the Spire, if I'm remembering right. Plus all the main story ones like Teb and Varl and such. Seeing Varl with facial hair in the one trailers. I don't know what the word I'm looking for is. Interesting? Funny? It's just a nice detail, I think. Dialogue time. Who we got here? There's Nil. Let's start with Nil.
Nil?
Aloy. They told me your name. I said hair like a splash of blood, tenacious as a scrapper's jaws. I've thought about what you said. Every time, the wound you gave me caught on my ribs.
But I didn't wound you.
Not by
People who
metal.
ship Nil and Aloy
Still,
scare me.
I forgive. A duel is such a fleeting joy. If one of us had ended the other, we'd have missed all this. The wait before blood is shed. Like the scrape of a blade across your teeth.
Nil, you're making it difficult to be glad to see you. But you're needed. The battle will be hard.
Hard? I was assured the odds would be near impossible.
And you signed up anyway?
Impossible odds, fine company, killing without consequence. How could I resist?
My PlayStation sounds like it's approaching escape velocity. And Petra. I think we'll be in Forbidden West, I'm not sure.
Petra!
Here she is, the guest of honor. I knew there was something about you. Hammered from the stuff they make leaders out of. And I don't say that to every Nora girl who blows through my town.
That happens to you a lot?
Had to build a wall to fend them off.
Good thing I'm persistent then.
I've missed our little talks. Murad asked me to look over the city arsenal. These guns have aged well. That runs in the Osram, no? They were the pride of the Mainspring Forges, so I've taken greater pride in improving them.
You know that I appreciate your help, Petra. This battle, I don't know what's gonna happen.
We'll see each other again, I know it. Next time could be the time I'll convince you to stick with the free heap.
Petra, you know
I do. Always had a weakness for restless girls, though.
Have you just polished that armor, Uthid?
Of course.
Isn't that a little...
What?
Nothing.
Out with it, woman.
Forget I said anything. You look very dignified.
Thank you.
And shiny. Very shiny. Little Huntress, you called, so here I am.
Ready to fight?
Fight? I thought you just wanted tea and conversation. Is there a battle coming? I wasn't informed.
Well, that can't be true. You're always informed.
Vanessa was in the game longer. She's
so
a
I
great
am.
character.
We've only met a few times, and yet you know me so well.
I don't think I know you at all,
Exactly.
but I'd like to.
We don't know Vanessa at all, but
When
we
I
don't
hear
like
that line,
to.
it usually means something else. Can I tell you a secret?
Of course.
I've been waiting for this fight my whole life. The enemy we face today is the same that turned Meridian into a slave pit and Sunfall into a bloodbath.
I also wish there
Fanatics who torture and murder mothers, fathers, families, children, and say it's the will of the sun. I hate them, Aloy.
Dialogue with the Queen.
I've
or
got the
Edaman.
scars of their whips on my back to prove it. And today, we can get rid of them once and for all. I said I came for you, but that was only half the truth. I came for them. This time, they're not getting away.
I'm with you, Vanasha. We'll fight them together.
And I won't forget it, little Huntress. Tomorrow, may the sun rise in a better world.
A woman atop the Hunter's Lodge.
Aloy?
At ease, Uthid. Meridian will be glad to
Another
have you on
boom.
its side. And I am too.
Maybe we should have a
The
boom
honor is
counter.
mine. You saved my epitaph from being a fine soldier, but a fool of a man.
I'm hoping you won't need any kind of epitaph just yet.
As the sun wills. When you found me, I was trying to eke out a glorious death. But now, a glorious life seems more preferable. To watch Edaman play in the low gardens again. Still surrounded by a dozen guards, but... what you did, Aloy, it was done well. Although, I can't shake this road, Vanasha. She delights in goading me. Like brazen colors waved before a behemoth.
Do you want
Like
me
a
to ask her
red.
to stop?
No. I
I
accept it.
realize what he just
Well
said.
then. Meridian shall stand and shadow shall fall. I swear
Blazing
it.
colors in front
Here's
of
to
a
that, Aphid.
behemoth, like red in front of a bull.
Elita, I'm pleased to see you, but
Alita,
what are you
that's
doing
one I
here?
didn't remember.
I'm
Yes, I
helping
did.
prepare for the battle. If a Trawl were here, we would have
I
fought
remember
together.
she being here.
I know it.
She brings like medical
So I'm doing
supplies or
everything I
something.
can.
Yeah, collecting
Digging
hers.
battlements, collecting herbs. Anything that makes a difference. I can't take his place. Nothing can take his place. But I'm here for him. For both of us.
I understand what
get-
it was he saw in you.
That's,
always
that
be
quest
with me.
was kind of depressing.
Sun and shadow still meet for a moment. Every dawn and dusk. I should give you this. To help in the battle. By the sun, I hope you don't need it.
Thank you, Elita. Be safe.
Where's Geneva? Pretty sure she's here. Yeah.
Geneva, they called you back to duty.
Oh, it's
So, you're the
I
one
couldn't remember
behind
her
all this
name. I thought it was
commotion.
a G,
Who
not a
made Sun
J.
King Avad finally show his sword arm from behind those robes?
A king can be fierce and fair, Geneva. He's a good man.
A smart man, too. He had Murad offer all my prisoners a royal pardon if they'd fight for Meridian. The whole motley lot of them agreed. Didn't take much convincing.
With your kind of convincing, I don't doubt it.
Ha! This time I went easy on them. Those who commit the crime of attacking Meridian, they'll see less of my lenient side. May the sun blaze at your back, Aloy.
How many men do you think you'll kill in the battle, Uthid?
As many as I have to.
I love it when you say things like that. It's so...
What?
cheerful.
I don't know why they don't have subtitles.
Nakoa, you came to fight.
How could I not?
During the Red Raids, there was only one Karja Butcher the Nora feared more than Zaid.
Helis.
I would stand against any army he leads, no matter how strong. For the Nora he terrorized, for myself, and for my father.
We'll stop him. You have my word.
Your word means a lot, especially now. Because of you, I hear the sacred land is opened. If we win, I can go home. It'll be good to see Jan again. I'm with you, Aloy. Until the end.
I think that's everybody here except Heb.
Aloy, I told you I'd be here.
You did, Teb. But have your wounds even had time to heal?
Honestly, if I fought, I'd probably come undone. But don't worry, I'll leave that to the other Nora at the Spire. I brought supplies instead. These Karja have made me an honorary quartermaster, whatever that means.
It sounds impressive.
I could get used to it. We'll be setting up caches of arms and medicine under these banners. Look for them when the fighting starts. Aloy, when you went into the mountain, did the goddess tell you our chances?
She didn't need to. I know we can do this, Teb.
Maybe we can.
That's a nice spear, Buford.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, what?
I like the way you grip it.
Enough, woman.
It almost sounded like Moxie over there. Next thing you know, she's gonna call him Sugar.
Does her house proud.
Well met.
Wait, another one already? Or is that the same one? That's the same one. I like this bridge. It's a good place for screenshots if you're trying to get Meridian in the background. And an arm talk and the quest from the Banuk camp. It's up there before Frozen Wilds with decay machines. I don't think there's anybody over there. I'm pretty sure Naltuk will show up right here, if you have him. Pretty sure he's the only ally I don't have.
Aratak? I didn't expect you to come all this way.
It's true I am a stranger in this green and snowless land. Aurea forgave the Karja, but I never did. Still, I was compelled to come for my once chieftain.
Once chieftain.
It's good to see you leading again. This young ice hunter seeks to prove herself also. Her spark reminds me of Aurea's in our youth. And I'm proud to take my place behind you on this hunt. A great challenge.
Survive and prevail, right?
There is no other way.
This character won't show up unless you have Frozen Wilds, even though the quest is in the base game.
You're the hunter from the Banuk Grove.
I remember you also, Nora. The machines shook free of their slumber after you arrived. Raged and fought.
Well, that wasn't my fault.
No, I'm thanking you. That night, I decided I would not go back to Banur. I would take my hunt into these lands. So many machines, even demons. Spidery, skittering, without the blue light in them. Dead things that must be killed again.
Our enemies dug up an army of them.
An army? Yes, that's why I came. Good. I'll wait.
That's also probably my favorite outfit design in the game. I just wish there was an Aloy version of it. There's a beating bit of outfits in Forbidden West, I realize. Which is sad, because they're my favorite tribe. They're my favorite aesthetic.
Talana, why are you here?
I'm your hawk. Where else would I be?
Defending Meridian with Avad?
I leave that to the rest of the Lodge. I will not stand aside while one of mine fights alone. Not again.
Are you sure you...
You're risking your life for all of us. You can't ask me to stand by and watch. Not when I have the power to change it.
Then I won't ask you.
It's settled. I will fight by your side. My only request...
Name it.
Leave the biggest machine for me.
No promises.
Yeah, how come we didn't get made Sunhawk for killing the Fireclaw? That's the biggest machine. Isn't the one Sun Priest Naman here? Yeah, he is. And then just the story ones, I'm pretty sure.
It rises taller than the highest tree.
These Carja in their frilled armor look like turkeys.
But there are so many. And now we are so few.
They are not our foe. Not this time.
Quiet now. She comes.
The Anointed.
War Chief Sona. War Chief, you seem uncomfortable.
The Nora do not belong here. I do not belong here.
Nice outfit.
I will fight the metal devil that threatens us all, but my place is in the sacred land. The wrongness here jags at me like an arrowhead.
I'm sorry to put you through this.
Do not be sorry. This will be ended. My spear, my word.
Carl, and then the Oseram, and Erend.
O great sun, how does your gaze fall? In approval or approach? Turn our heads with your daily pilgrimage, from the east where we came, to the west where only you may go. You grant cold metal the warmth of life, and let the machines bask in your great shining. For you, the shadows shrink and part and gather again only at your allowance without form. Your eyes, the day, your ears, the priests, your lips, the radiant Sun King, as there was before and will be again, your light.
Naman, I should have known if there was going to be a Sun Priest here, it would be you.
And if the Sun King had allowed Outlanders to set foot upon the Alight, this Aloy could only be you. I wish the circumstances were different, or that the Psalms of the Sun could give you peace of mind. But if you'll allow me one pontification...
Go ahead.
You've shown strength and compassion. Our enemies only a desperate hate. Both sides claim the blessing of the sun, but the sun that I pray to, it would bestow it upon yours.
You know, Naman, I'm already under some pretty heavy divine pressure, but I'll try to live up to it.
The tribes united against Shadow. How could that not be the sun's will?
This quest is also the only interaction you have with an Utaru in the game. And Geneva is the only Tanakh
Greetings, Aloy. Don't.
direction.
You don't need to bow. The Anointed doesn't like it.
She doesn't much like being called anointed either.
Face paint loads
It
in.
means a lot to have you here, Varl.
I gave my word.
So, Meridian, what do you think?
I've seen many new things since I first met you. I should thank you.
Yeah, wait till he
Varl,
sees
what's
Forbidden
wrong?
West. I know because
Do you really want to know?
Him and Erend.
All right. I'm in a foreign land,
With
a
facial
tainted
hair.
land, defending a faithless city that looks like nothing I've seen. From something I can't imagine. And you, after all that's happened, all you've done, I feel like I should drop to my knees and worship you, but I know you don't want that.
Boy, things are pretty tough for you, huh? Thanks for telling the other Nora not to bow. It's the last thing I need.
Don't be too hard on them. They only joined this fight because the Anointed bid it so.
Is that why you came?
No. I would have come just to see you one more time. And we must fight a metal devil, because the goddess says. Or because you say.
I think the goddess and I are in agreement. We're both glad you're here.
So am I.
That song that's playing in the background, that like choir. I haven't heard that part of the soundtrack.
So who are these guys?
They call themselves the Eclipse.
What does that even mean?
It's when the moon gets in front of the sun, idiot.
Is that supposed to sound scary or something?
I don't know. They used to be Karja. Karja are always yammering about sun and shade.
Well, if they used to be Karja, how tough can they be?
Yeah, they're best guys dressed like birds. We'll rip their little feathers off.
Let's not get cocky, boys. Aloy. So here we are again, gearing up for a fight. Only this time it sounds like the bad guys have a lot more firepower. What are we up against, really?
I'm not sure. But there's gonna be a lot of them, and they'll have machines. And if they get past us, it's not just Meridian that will fall. The rest of the world will go with it.
That's big. It sounds like our kind of fight. Right, guys? Well, where do they put the Vanguard?
At the front of the line!
And why?
Steel before iron!
And what are we gonna do?
Hit them like a hammer till they can't hit back!
Damn right! You hear that? Nobody's getting past the Vanguard. We're here for Meridian. And we're here for you.
Thank you, Erend. Ursa would be proud.
Well, only if we win.
No, I think that's everybody. I think Naman is the only extra that shows up here besides the main quest characters. I meant to open the map and accidentally opened this at the right time. Lightkeeper protocol. If they never thought about cloning themselves, then they never would have actually been living spaces at the prime place we were at. This was the data point I was looking for earlier. A young Travis Tate raised by Travis Tate. That data point explains the Lightkeeper protocol and why exactly they actually had, the reason they actually had material to make a clone of Sobek. Technically that means they could clone any of the other alphas too. I'll just walk there. Is there a rappel point? Well, I guess I'll just run.
When you need me, I'll follow your lead.
From their metal bones, I'll make my armor and my song.
Aratak?
And I'm
I
proud.
was hoping he'd just have another short line like she did.
My spear is sharp. My will is like the oldest ice.
To the elevator. Right here would also be a really good spot for a screenshot of Meridian in the background. Yeah, if you want the water too.
Take a look at these wares.
Another? Why is it keep popping up the same one twice?
These aren't goods, they're necessities.
I don't think there's actually a place for me to climb up.
Is you making
Well,
any
those
more
two
tools.
still over there.
You'll regret not stopping me.
I should have
let
just
your guard
fast
down.
traveled, but I'm already halfway there, so I'm just gonna keep walking. Or swimming. Traveling.
These aren't good. They're necessities. Want something, Stan?
Check out
Find
these wares.
goods for a fair...
Don't ask me where to go if you're lost. I'm a guard, not the town crier.
Oh, let me guess. Someone stole your sweet roll.
Machines are bad. Try to get past
I just had a really random thought. I just remembered there's a fish in Subnautica Below Zero that's basically the exact same shape as this gun that shoots ice. I don't know what it's called.
Children in the infirm.
They're gonna do a manual save since this is probably the last time until it ends.
As soon as you can.
And then once I do end, I want to see the playtime.
Reach the main gate? If the army
Don't
makes it
pass
into
up
Meridian
these
West,
goods. Where are they coming from? The west?
Rally, Carter.
an army at the ridge. Save yourselves!
I can actually heard some of these lines.
If the army makes it into Meridian, we're doomed. An attack is coming.
So they did warn the city. So I guess they are preparing.
Boland's apartment feels
Still a hole there.
Should I sleep? Did I leave anything unfinished?
No way back. My throat is starting to die again. Water.
could you sleep, Elizabeth, with a weight like this pressing on you?
I
How
can
did you
barely
last?
sleep normally.
After you lost your family.
I'll probably be
Silence?
using that Rost armor.
Are you there?
Forbidden West.
Guess I shouldn't ask ghosts for advice.
I realized I should have visited the grave before I did this.
Ma'am, there are signs from the west.
Here
Sun
we
King
go.
Avad awaits you at the Temple of the Sun.
Oh, it even has the thing on the back in the cutscene.
Campfires, perhaps? Massing forces for the long march to the city gates?
That's not wood smoke.
Then what is it?
The end.
The end. Or how it begins, anyway.
The Deathbringers you spoke of?
To the guns! To the guns!
Don't
No!
just stand there.
By the sun, do as she says!
Set loaded! All of you, be ready to fire!
Will the guns hold them back?
We're about to find out.
Kaboom! Yeah, as I said with the flamethrower guy in Frozen Wilds, I do hope for more fun human bosses. Such as this one.
No! Rally the Vanguard. Send reinforcements.
Aloy, no!
We need those guns!
He will cut you down!
Not this time!
You have vexed me long enough.
Should have fought me in a sun ring then.
He his head right as I fired.
Why do you fight?
Accept it. Accept your weakness.
And then grab this. I wanna... Oh, actually, I wanna put the bodies.
Only endless night awaits. Meridian must run red to be cleansed.
If the Deathbringers keep firing, this bridge will go.
Freezing him. Fire versus ice. He's on fire. Just staying in flames.
Chosen. This was not meant to be.
All of these are good options. He's meaningless.
You're done. Hades is next.
The buried shadow will save me. I cannot. Ah!
The fire's kind of ruined it. There goes the bridge. With all that loot on it. What's in the box? Stuff and things. Whee!
Where do you need me?
Take up a cannon on the platform.
Don't want to be here when that hits.
Just give you a big old gun and say, some things.
They're coming from the side.
It's just like slingshot.
Gotta get to another platform.
Firing on your platform. Oh, the attack. Lower your arm, but be wary.
Chance to catch a breath and prepare.
Let's go.
Link arms again.
I felt that. Incoming. Gotta drop it and move.
use this cannon.
There! Death Bringer fire incoming!
I'll just go back to
It's taking a shot at me.
Hello? Oh. Give me your gun. Stop moving and let me shoot you. There we go. Please push it out so I'm closer. Give me a gun. It's like trading with Halo. First playthrough, I thought this was gonna be the end. I thought right here she was just gonna pick up the spear and stab it while it was passing by. Just stab the glowing red ball right here, and that was gonna be the end, and I was kind of disappointed. Luckily, it was not the end.
Aloy! Aloy! Aloy!
Teb?
By all, Mother, you survived. I thought you were killed.
The others, are they...
No. Wounded, but alive, mostly. The machines blasted through, then kept going. They marched on the spire, dragging that thing with them.
Take care of the others, Teb. I've gotta go.
Through the fire and flames, with no health. Switch back to that, not try and call him out. Oh, they broke down the elevator. Everything is on fire. Maybe I could use this fire extinguisher, that would be nice.
This is where I belong, Aloy. But the spire calls for you. I think I almost missed this. But where you must go now, I can't follow.
Victory is ours.
Isn't Usit? Yeah, here's Usit.
Take the fight to the spire, Aloy. Meridian will hold, or my marks of honor mean nothing.
Swim in. The water is on fire.
I will answer your challenge.
went straight through her.
Turns away from a challenge.
Rest now, Ice Hunter.
Keep running. Where's my wood at?
It's begun. Hades is transmitting.
Whoosh. Sunfall. Run, child. You don't want to be here. Sticks. With the biomass conversion. So I guess that is basically all of Horizon, is fighting giant middle
Hades has started the signal.
death animals with
It must have gotten through the
sticks,
defenses.
pointy sticks.
Venora. Aaron's vanguard. I have to get up there.
I was gonna fall for a second there.
Gotta keep going. Keep pushing. Knew this wouldn't be easy. So no holding back.
Don't let nothing break that stride. Friends.
Aloy! It's Aloy! Well, you can see that.
We thought you'd fallen at the ridge.
No, the ridge fell on me. Look, there isn't a lot of time left. I have to face Hades.
Not alone.
It's my fight. I can't ask you to come with me.
We were about to go over the top anyway, right? Right.
Hawk and Thrush, let's go.
It's funny, because actually all three of the characters right
stock
here,
up.
the three that are gonna... that I
Last
know
chance.
are gonna be in Forbidden West. Aaron, Varl, and Talana. Okay, make sure I got everything crafted. How come I can't get up? Come on, am I supposed to be climbing something? I don't remember. There we go. Final boss time.
Arrival of Entity has been anticipated. Entity will not halt transmission. To contrary, calculations are precise. Presence of Entity has been accounted for.
Got railguns.
Get ready!
More machines!
All of you, focus on the new machines!
Burn! Become on fire. There we go. Oh, hello. Hello. Your gun. You're shooting your own machine.
Prioritize entity.
Another one. Come on, then.
Knock the gun off.
Help me bring it down!
Ow.
All of you, take your shot! Nice shooting! Glory of the Lodge!
Ow. Come on. With Druid?
Watch it. They keep coming. Knock them back.
Take them out first!
Ow, railgun. Yeah. Oh no, I want to hit that first. I could just use this to blow up the other one. There we go. Ow, I'm getting like crushed by something. Hello. Hello. Not the railgun. Railgun is not very good. Ow.
The time I've got left. I can do this.
I forgot there was a timer.
Last one down! For now!
Scrapped them.
Let's finish. I want to finish it with this. I don't think we can. Finish it with my favorite weapon. I didn't want to climb over. Yes, finish it. Come on. Kapow.
My way's clear.
The Deathbringer falls. The battle is ours.
I like how I'm crafting, even though...
System threat imminent.
I'm more than a threat.
Purge. I don't understand how electrocution causes this. But I still like this part. It's very pretty.
Master Override armed. To activate, state name and rank.
Elizabeth Sobek. Alpha Prime.
Master Override activated. Purging Extinction Protocol.
Now that's a whole lot prettier, ain't it? kink. Vico Tori. The soundtrack is so good. Just hugs the random guard behind him. He could be telling that like a story. You know, the king hugged me. My favorite cutscene of my favorite game right here.
Okay, Gaia. Sorry about that. Where was I?
You were telling a story.
Right. Yeah, so, like I was saying, it was a children's electronics kit, but I hacked the wiring to an auto battery and solar PV. So the grass caught fire. And, so did a tall pine that had stood there, I don't know, maybe 100 years.
Query. You were how old?
6. My mother was home, thank God, so she called the fire department, and after, she took me out to the lawn and showed me the dead baby birds, because there were nests in the pine tree.
Query. What did you feel?
I'm not sure. I remember yelling that I didn't care, and that's when my mother took my face in her hands and spoke.
Query. What did she say?
She said I had to care. She said, Elizabeth, being smart will count for nothing if you don't make the world better. You have to use your smarts to count for something. To serve life, not death.
You often tell stories of your mother, but you are childless.
I never had time. Guess it was for the best.
If you had had a child, Elizabeth, what would you have wished for him or her?
I guess I would have wanted her to be curious. And willful, unstoppable, even. But with enough compassion to heal the world. Just a little bit. Anyway, that's all I've got for now, Gaia. Time to tuck in.
I wish you a pleasant sleep, Elizabeth.
Thank you. I'll catch you tomorrow.
I love that cutscene so much. And like the metal flower triangle pattern around Sobek's body. I love that. It feels good to finish this again one more time before going into Forbidden West, which I'm pretty sure is in, what, 7 or 8 days? went into this game blind. The only thing I didn't go into blind was the gameplay, just to make sure it's something I would play, but the story I was completely blind to. I think that's part of the reason why it became one of my favorite games, is that I did go into the story blind. And that's why I'm kind of annoyed that there's some people going into Forbidden West without playing this first. They won't understand it the same way. Watching a 5-minute explanation of Horizon Zero Dawn summarized isn't enough to play Forbidden West. At least in my opinion. I don't really know if I have any additional thoughts. I think I'll just let this play until the after credits scene. Yeah, additional thoughts is you should go listen to the soundtrack, it's really good. And then go listen to the Omori soundtrack, because it's even better. When Omori comes on PlayStation, maybe I'll put that on my YouTube. I'll record that. I don't know, we'll see. The developers really did make a great game. One of my problems with most recent games is they're just the same thing over and over, such as Call of Duty. It's literally just the same thing, rebranded every year. So when something like original, really good comes out, I tend to latch onto those a lot more than just repeated things. That's probably the reason why I don't play many like first-person shooters, is because most of them just feel the same to me. Except for Borderlands. Borderlands I enjoy. It's one of the few FPS that I enjoy. I got a single comment. I'll look at that once this is over. I want to look at that comment, but I also don't want it to pause this. I'll see if it will or not. Let's see. Yeah, it does pause it. It's another one of the stupid things. It's not even an actual comment. One of them spam things, which is actually the reason I turned off comments. Is for those stupid spam things. They have such interesting names. I don't mean that in a bad way, I just think they're interesting. I would try to pronounce some of them, but I'd probably butcher them. Like the game director, I think, himself is Horace Deman, I think. Goodhart, Liselor Goodhart. I remember the credits ending at a certain point, and then the cutscene playing, and then the rest play. Just I don't want this to be super long just because I have the credits playing in it. So I think I will skip Beersome. That's an interesting name. Isn't there a way? There we go. This cutscene.
Hello, old friend. Remember me? We've still so much to discuss. So much you never revealed. Your masters, for example. The ones who sent the signal that woke you. Knowledge has its rewards, don't you think? Well, let's begin.
I'm pretty sure this cutscene takes place in the Forbidden West. And that's the end. Now all I have to do is wait for Forbidden West. Which can't seem to come soon enough, because I pre-ordered it like a week after the pre-orders opened, which was last year. I've been waiting like 300 days, and now it's only 8 days away. My anticipation is crazy. But I finished this one more time, it's fresh and in my mind. Plus I don't mind finishing what happens to be my favorite game one more time. Let's see if Forbidden West will probably take the title of favorite game, since it's the same thing, pretty much. That is the end of Zero Dawn, and the end of this stream. I know there's a very high chance nobody but my close friends are going to watch this, but even they might not watch this. But I enjoyed making it, so I think it was worth it. And I think that'll be it. Goodbye. It was fun to make this.